another live. Listen, bro, we stand consistent, we stand locked in. Um, Shout out to anybody, you know, from the States, from the UK, from South Asia, from South Africa. Shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's out there in the entire world. I keep forgetting that YouTube is kind of like worldwide. So it's like, yeah, when you become a content creator on YouTube, you get to connect with a lot of people, and I want to say YouTube is probably like one of the hardest platforms. Like if you have no type of traction or nobody knows you or anything like that, like it's a matter of grinding. It's a matter of being consistent. It's a matter of like just making sure everything is everything as far as like just doing what you got to do, staying consistent. When you stay consistent, it's gonna show in the work. And once you stay locked in, bro, things are just gonna happen for you on the right type of timing, bro. So I'm just very excited to continue the journey, bro. And I like going live because this is in real time. This is not me making no pre-recorded video, me like saying like, oh, okay, cut, let me try again. You know what I'm saying? It's just natural energy that's flowing, bro. So I just for a minute I used to have, I guess, like anxiety a little bit going live, but now again I have a lot of plans that I want to do, and I'm just appreciative of just locking in and just enjoying the ride, just enjoying the journey, dog. And even with my older videos, dog, like my older videos are instant classics. I kind of feel like young Pharaoh in a sense, because young Pharaoh, if you guys know about him, uh, he was one of the first YouTubers or one of the first people that had a platform that spoke on just like different things about like the Matrix, different things about like your DNA makeup, like who you are, where you came from, the origins, where you came from, just understanding like your ancestry. Uh, he was very, very ahead of his time, for lack of a better term. And the thing about it, dog, is that people tend to once they get like big platforms, and once they start making like a lot of money, and seeing a lot of people experiencing the female attraction, um, even people who know what's right for them or know like you know between good and bad, they still tend to get trapped in like a lot of just BS. You feel me? Baby mama drama, things of that nature. So um, it's unfortunate that young Pharaoh took it, like kind of like took that route, and I don't know. I think they kind of got to him. There was some type of agents that probably got to him. Maybe some extraterrestrials. Who knows? It's a whole conspiracy theory behind that. But like shit, I just want to give my what I guess pay my respects. Even though he's a little bit younger than me and everything, even though like he cursed a lot, it really don't matter, bro. Like God can use anybody to deliver a message. So I appreciate people like him who kind of just helped help us like connect the dots. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate everybody in the chat right now. You feel me? Saying YP was the best out of the conscious community. He provided a lot to us with straight facts and answers people couldn't deny. It's facts, bro. It's facts. And there's always like different YouTube channels that's starting up that's like posting a lot of his videos. Um, so it's like if I could tap into that, then I definitely rewatch some of his videos. But it's the same thing with me though, like with my videos from 4 years ago, because I was so new to the journey and everything was just happening so fast. I was really manifesting a lot of stuff like right before my eyes. You get what I'm saying? He cursed more often in his later videos. How was the sun? The sun was cool, man. The sun felt like it was healing. You get what I'm saying? I did 3.5 miles of walking. Next up says, hope everyone is doing better on this journey now. For sure, bro. For sure. Um, yeah, I did three and a half miles today. Um, Felt amazing. I didn't even listen to music the whole time. Usually, when I'm walking or if I'm doing my jog or my runs, I like to listen to music. It kind of gets me in a different type of zone. But shit, I was so present, and I also switched up the route that I did today too. So that was pretty cool. I switched up the route. Got to see different places. Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. When you spend so much time in your car, you spend so much time in like just vehicles or just you're always in a rush. You're always going to work. Always have to go here, go there. You never realize how in depth and how like uh detailed your living space is, or your community. I would say, bro. I the route that I took. Um, so I was taking this route, right, and I'm walking down the sidewalk, and my boy, the trees, they look small as hell when you're in the car. When you're in the car, you don't give a fuck. It's like, okay, it's just a tree, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get to where I gotta get to. When you go for a walk and you're actually walking next to these trees are tall as hell. Palm trees and shit like that. I live in Florida, so I see a lot of palm trees and stuff. And I've never noticed how tall a tree is, how in depth a tree is, and just like how like you get what I'm saying. It just shows how much, if you're in the matrix or you're just always in your car. Again, there's nothing wrong with driving. You feel me? But at the same time, when you are always in your car and stuff, you never get to see God's work. This is why I like to run. This is why I like to be out in Mother Nature. When you are out in Mother Nature, you are strengthening your aura. You're strengthening your electromagnetic field. And then half the time too, when you go for a walk, you almost guaranteed you're gonna see at least two, three other people that's on that same frequency, trying to get what you're getting. Which is the sun, working out. People are in good vibrations. People are feeling great. When they see you, it's like they know what you're doing, and they give you that like kind of like confirmation on like, what's up, good morning, good evening. You know what I'm saying? So I always experience that. This time when I switched up my route, uh because usually when I start a new route, I like to walk and kind of like peep the scene as to what how my run is gonna be. I always do the walk first, maybe like 2 days in a row. Again, at least, just it's simple, bro. You don't gotta go crazy as long as you're getting your steps in, building up your cardio. The more that you walk, the more that you run and stuff, it's easier for you to think more clearly because you are getting more oxygen to the brain. When you get more oxygen to the brain, it's amazing. Like while I was walking, I was like, bro, I cannot wait until I consistently start playing basketball. Anytime I step onto the court now, it's over. The average person is not going to walk or run 3 miles a day. The average person is not going to practice semen retention or brahmacharya. Um, that's another term for it on the other side of the world, because I'm in America and stuff. But like the average the average person will be practicing that. So if you are like an athlete, and you want to get back in shape and you want to realign your energy, just really pay attention to what you eat, and also uh, work out in the sense of like just getting your steps in, staying in motion. My wind, or like when I play basketball and stuff, like I'll be able to do a lot. I love to play ball, so I'm a shooter. I could drive to the basket. I'm a physical player. I play defense, and it takes a lot of energy to do all of that consistently throughout like multiple games, or like if you're playing like a full game, like in an organized setting. So I kind of realized that, like, dang, bro, I'm like really setting myself apart. And people best believe, bro, the best, like, when I was growing up, I had to earn my respect when I go to like different basketball courts and stuff, or like when I go to if I'm at school or whatnot. You feel me? I had to earn my respect. There wasn't no just like stuff given to me. Um, so whenever I did earn my respect, people would look at me like, "Damn, bro, like what you be doing?" or like, "Damn, bro, you good as hell," or like, you balling. And the thing is, to be honest, it's kind of like it ain't no secret. Like what you do on your personal time when you go out into the matrix is gonna show. You feel me? So that's what I realized. Like, don't be surprised. I'm a like I guess it's time. It's this is not something that's new to me. I always knew like, okay, if I wanted to play at a high level, I had to really clamp down. I had to like, take a step back from like, using marijuana. I had to take a step back from drinking. I don't really like to drink anyway. Um, and then also the foods, the processed foods. When you understand your body, bro, like I found something that's and right now it's 11:11. Well, it's 11:12 now. 11:11 my time. But once you understand how your body is supposed to work, bro, like it's like it'll come to a point where it's just like, bro, like this whole time we've been going about it the wrong way. This whole time people have been passing away in their 70s, 80s. You feel me? And to be totally honest, we are actually designed to live a lot longer than age 80, age 90 type shit. Um, but it's the programming. We were programmed to like bacon, eggs, and cheese with sandwich and with bread and steak and you know what I'm saying. We were programmed to say like, oh, that's great. The food tastes good, smells amazing. You can have a good time while you eat. You're releasing endorphins throughout the brain. Like when you eat, it's kind of like almost like having sex. That's why like women, they love to eat. Any woman they love to eat. Women, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. When they freaks on another level. They be freaky as hell, but in different, not just like in the sexual aspect, but the energy is simple. Because it's going what was going on in the brain, what their body's feeling, the endorphins, it's feeling good. A woman, this is why women will like date guys or mess with a guy that they don't even like, but if a guy takes them out to eat, a woman is still gonna get off from eating. And she don't even need to do anything with you. So once you understand like the dynamic of eating and then how it affects the brain, bro, like um you'll learn not to overindulge. You get what I'm saying? Like you'll learn to understand, like, all right, cool, bro. Like, all right, this if I'm going to have a good time and have a really good meal, let me fast for a little bit first, or let me, you know, eat 80% fruits, and then 20% vegetables, and then okay, 10% I have a little meat, or not just to have fun, just to look human and shit. You feel me? But that's if your surroundings or your inner circle essentially is just like within the matrix, because sometimes they'll look at me and be like, I'm kind of like a not really a Debbie Downer, but it's like they feel guilty, like if they was to order like whatever they want, and then I'm over here having a salad with some fruits and shit, and having like water with lemon, and while they're getting all types of alcoholic beverages and shit, that like they don't outright say it unless it's like my dog or something. But like I could tell they like it's like, dang, bro, like they're gonna enjoy their food, but they feel some type of way because oh, he think he better than me, or like what he trying to say. And it's not that I think I'm better than y'all. It's just like I understand what the body needs. We are electromagnetic beings. You see what I'm saying? So we have like fruit has a lot of electricity. Cook when you talk about cooked food or cooked home meal, um, it's okay to cook certain things, but most of the time when you're cooking like vegetables and stuff like that, you are eradicating the minerals that's important for your body. So you're still kind of eating. You still get fuel, but it's not the optimal fuel. You get what I'm saying? Like if you go to a gas station, they got 87, 89, and they got premium. Think of fruit as premium, and think of 87 as probably like uh, vegetables, and then 89 is vegetables, and then 87 your meats, your junk food, and all that. So it's like What type of fuel do you want to run up on? You get what I'm saying? Uh, the more I incorporate fruits into my diet, is the more energy I have to stay consistent with doing the miles. The very second that I think it was like I think it was like for a week I didn't have any fruit, my energy was stagnant. Like I went live talking about it, like, my emotions was up and down. But the only thing was I didn't let it control me because I had the awareness of what's going on. So now I have a better understanding of how I feel. So I don't even let how I feel dictate or control my overall mood. You feel me? So what I said, I say 120 is people who smoke and drink that live to 100. I guess it's based on your body. Yeah, bro. To be totally honest, it is based on the DNA. It's based on your body. But think about it, bro. Anybody who probably smokes or drinks and they last to be 100, just imagine if they didn't smoke or drink. They could live to be 150, to 160. It depends. Depends on if you want to stay here that long. You get what I'm saying? But like, um, yeah. So like for me, it's like God is showing me different ways as to how to like live essentially kind of in heaven, or live like kind of like in a state where it's like, yes, there's a lot of calamity going on. There's a lot of different types of things that are happening within the matrix that are like negative, but that negativity there is it's either there to help us, move better throughout the matrix and mold us into a better person, or it's going to destroy us. You lay down and you give up, it's going to destroy you, but then you're going to feel frustrated. There's been times where I felt like giving up, or I have given up. And even when you give up, you still got a whole slew of other problems that you don't want to deal with. So it's like, nigga, you got to pick your struggle. And I'm like, okay, if I'm going to be here on the face of this planet struggling, I might as well struggle to raise my vibration than struggle and not do anything about it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So there's different videos that I come across on Instagram, and I like to tap into like knowledge videos as much as possible. Like here is an insert from young Pharaoh talking about how like we live, and it's not too long, but he's talking about how we live in the matrix and how like everything essentially is kind of Masonic, um, and everything is symbolic as well. So everything from what we do to getting in our cars, driving, going to work, we are pumping like a fictitious being. Like he's gonna talk about it real quick. You motherfuckers partake in Masonic shit every day, and you don't even know you're doing it. So this is why shit is done on certain days. I told y'all. Wednesday is fucking Mercury. Tuesday is Mars. Monday is the moon. Saturday is Saturn. Sunday is the sun. I can go on and on and on. Thursday is Jupiter. So all of this shit, the certain times that the game is played, certain degrees in the air, and all this shit has to do with your biological self. America is a wicked ass machine. Even though so it's like when I be hearing stuff like that from different individuals that be studying, I'll be like, dang, bro, let me connect the dots. Let me look at it myself. Let me see, like, okay, if I'm really on a highway type shit, cause I be noticing, I be seeing stuff like I be like, dang, bro, like they this world is trying to be so much like you, but from within. You know what I'm saying? The highways is made. Why you think every car light is red? Because red is symbolic to your blood cells. All you motherfuckers, even when you on the car, I mean on the highway in your car, there's all these different cars. That's symbolic to the circulatory system of America. The central bank system is supposed to be the nervous system, your central nervous system. Each dollar is predicated to a thought. Every time you go to work or you do something that's engaged in the system, you are acting as the as the thoughts that's being transmuted through the optical nerves of the body. That's keeping it alive. America is a fictitious, breathing beast that you motherfuckers feed into every day. But yeah, bro. So when you think about, I'ma just for entertainment purposes, or just for what I'm saying, copyright purposes or whatnot, or whatever the case may be. When I think about just like the whole setup of the Matrix and stuff like that, I'll be like, all right, cool, bro. a lot of people would like to question or wonder, well, okay, if all it, why is this information important, or why do I need to know about it? And the thing about it, bro, is like you have to expand your consciousness, and you have to understand, like, every single day, whether you know it or not, this is spiritual warfare that's going on. You low key being attacked. They don't want you to get to your higher self. They don't want you to start thinking clearly. They don't want you to see beyond, like, the illusion. They want people to stay within the illusion. And a lot of times people don't even know, like, oh nah man, this information is not important, or I don't really care about this, I don't care about that. uh and the thing is, for me, like I said, I like to connect the dots and see how, like, okay, how does this relate to my everyday life, and how do I not get caught up in the trap, or get caught up in the matrix, or get caught up in, like, the ideologies that people live by. Like, when I there's times when I go into, like, a deep state of meditation, and after I'm done meditating, I be having, like, a lot of, like, questions and stuff. So half the time, or a lot of the time, I like to check out ChatGPT and ask AI certain things. And when I ask AI certain things, bro, even the AI is programmed to tell you, oh well, according to clinical studies, there's no cure for cancer, there's no cure for this, or there's no cure for that. You could slow down, and the body has the potential to heal itself through holistic eating and stuff. And it's just like, when the AI uses words like potential, uh, uh, clinical studies, um, they're talking from the point of view of big pharma, of mainstream, because of course you got mainstream media, and then you also have mainstream, basically the medical system, or people, doctors and stuff like that. Like me personally, bro, when I look at a doctor, bro, I look at a doctor like a glorified drug lord. My boy is dressed up in a white coat. You get what I'm saying? He has all his little runners. You feel me? The nurses and the doctor's assistant and everybody. He has them, like, recruit some of these custos, right? You get the custos to come in. He comes, he checks you out. He talks to you. He diagnoses you. Probably, do a couple of tests, do a little X-ray. Be like, all right, cool. This is what's wrong with you. But instead of completely healing you, they're gonna give you drugs, or legal drugs, to help manage your sickness, help manage diabetes, cancer, and all that, right? They don't want to fully heal you. The reason why they don't want to fully heal you, because they need your ass to come back. They don't want you to, like, because once, if the world was to heal itself, like, what value would hospitals and doctors' offices have? Granted, if you're a woman, it's a it's a little bit complicated, because if you're a woman, you got to deal with pregnancy, X-rays, and all that. And but to be totally honest, bro, I already know there's, like, natural ways to, like, give natural birth. Um, but again, it's not heavily practiced to have natural births. You get what I'm saying? But being a man, low key, in this type of day and reality, if you listen to you don't necessarily have to go to a doctor, a mainstream doctor. But I would, me personally, I wouldn't tell nobody what to do, or how to live their life. But me personally, I would try to find a holistic doctor. You get what I'm saying? Somebody like Yaki Awakening. Yaki Awakening was one of the, like, first nutritionists, or I wouldn't say the first, because also you have people like Dr. Sabi, and there's a whole conspiracy behind how Dr. Sabi got unalived. But Dr. Sabi had, like, he talked about how rice and all these different types of foods are acidic. You are an alkaline being. You're supposed to be eating alkaline foods. You get what I'm saying? So, Yaki Awakening, he was pretty much like the next level of doing research as far as, like, holistic healing is concerned. He created his own laboratory, He has a team that does studies. He has his microscopes. He can look at different blood cells, and he can tell like, okay, this is what's wrong with you. Take 60% fruit, 40% vegetables. Do some fasting. Drink H3O. Like you got H2O, which is water, but honestly, water is not. It's not the absolute best thing to drink, believe it or not. Uh, and but like if you think about it, the natural water we're actually supposed to be drinking is H3O, which you can find in coconut. So like coconut water, aloe water. You can find H3O in apples. You can find H3O pretty much in any fruit that's out there. You see what I'm saying? Uh, I like um, blackberries. I like strawberries. Those are like kind of the super fruits. Oranges, that's a super fruit. Lemons is one of my favorite fruits because lemons you can do a multitude of things with lemons. You feel me? Not only is it alkaline, it's also like a detox. And shit, dare I say it, you can use lemons to clean. Like mix lemon with a little bit of the water, distill water a little bit, mix that bitch up, put it in a spray bottle. You can clean a lot of stuff. Like the slides that I use, for example. I love my slides. I wear them shits every day. Them shits be smelling horrendous. You feel me? Especially if I'm eating like processed food or if I'm eating meat. When I sweat and it comes out my pores, I used to have like terrible foot odor. But every time when I just eat straight fruit, and even when I pass gas, you feel me? My bad. I don't know if somebody eating right now, but like even if I pass gas, it's no smell. You know the saying when people be like, "Oh, why people always walk around like they shit don't stink?" Well, technically, your shit's not supposed to stink at all. It's gonna stink, obviously, because you're eating dead flesh. You're eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of processed sugar, and what happens is the body, when it detoxes and when you digest it, it goes through your body. It's gonna tell you, like nigga, like whatever you ate, nigga, that wasn't it. Cheese, I love cheese. Tastes great, but apparently anytime you get what I'm saying, it goes to my body. If I have like ice cream or some shit, you would think, why the fuck ice cream would ice cream tastes good. It's sweet. It's cool. It feels kind of light on the stomach, but after you digest it and when it's time to like release gas and stuff, it should be smelling crazy. You get what I'm saying? And it's because it's not naturally. We're not supposed to be eating those types of foods. Every once in a while, it ain't gonna hurt. But if you are back to back eating, for breakfast I'm gonna have steak and eggs, and then for lunch I'm gonna have pizza, French fries, and a milkshake, and then for dinner I'm gonna have oxtail, chicken wings, and then maybe some type of like dessert. You're putting all the pressure on your body to digest the food, number one. And then number two, the longer the food stays within your body and those processed foods are within your body, it's gonna develop an odor. It's gonna smell crazy. And I would feel so shitty. I feel so bad, bro. I guess I don't know. I guess I like feel remorseful every time like I'll have like food that I know I ain't supposed to be eating, but I'm like, man, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? I'm at like this barbecue. I don't want to like look like no weirdo and shit. Hold on. Let me take this call real quick. Yo, what's good, bro? Yeah, shit. I'm at the crib. I'm chilling right now. All right, for sure. Nah, it's not the first turn. It's called Chelsea's Place. If you want, I could just shoot you the address. It's like after you, I think it's like two lights down, and then it's the first right after you pass two lights. All right, bet. Yeah, my bad, dog. That was my dog. I'm actually about to go do a workout. I might go live during the workout. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, bro. So it's like you're kind of again you're putting pressure on your body to digest this food, and it just makes sense, dog. It makes sense. Like I feel it. I would feel guilty sometimes, and it's just like okay, every once in a while, not bad. But if you're constantly crowding your digestive system with all this food, You feel me? It's gonna take a while to digest. You know what I'm saying? So, and then also too, it just feels like my intuition is being blocked. Like I can't really tap into higher realms when my body is burning energy digesting the food. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you're working out, if you're playing basketball, that's a totally different story. Like most athletes, they eat a lot. Most football players, they love to eat. They're gonna eat a shitload of pasta. You know, a lot of different types of foods. So I get that. But if you're just like the average person, you don't really need to eat that much, honestly. You know what I'm saying? You really don't need to eat three meals a day. But again, they programmed us to be at a specific frequency, so we can be a lot more easily controlled. If you stay in the hood, you're gonna have Chinese food. You're gonna have Roscoe's chicken and wings. You're gonna have pickled eggs, hot sausages. You're gonna have all that stuff within the hood, and of course, uh, they call it a project for a reason. You get what I'm saying? Um, and most of the time, people who stay in the hood, they're a lot more moody. They're a lot more miserable. They're a lot more like negative. They're in like a low frequency, and this is why like a lot of people are afraid to go to the hood because people be looking at you crazy. Like shit, you walk around, your energy is high. Motherfucker look at you and they just hate on you just because they don't know what's going on, but they can tell like damn, like your aura is kind of bright and you didn't even say nothing. It's just how you move and how you walk and how you talk. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, though, bro, I'm gonna get ready for this workout. Uh, Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to everybody doing your thing. Um, Shout out to anybody who is probably watching this on replay. Um, I'll be dropping like a recorded video pretty soon, sometime today. And also, I got some more content dropping on my Patreon. I don't know. Again, dog, like yesterday when I went live, it was pretty cool because I had some people tap in from different parts of the world, and it just feels like every live that I do now is like it's just you just never know, and I see the vision of like a lot of streamers who are already doing what they do, but me personally, dog, like I feel like I'm a people person. I feel like I'm the type that like I don't like to put myself above anybody or anything like that. I just do my thing. I let my frequency and energy speak for itself, and I'm just being a lot more committed to being on the journey. I mean, I could see myself being a guru riding around in a foreign. Like, don't be surprised one day if I'm recording a video in a foreign and I got on a turban, I got on a whole, you get what I'm saying? But outside of that, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Remember, get a workout in, or at least get your steps in, get some Mother Nature. Um, Again, the average person not doing 3 miles a day, 3.5 miles. You feel me? So I never try to just settle and be like, okay, bitch, bro, was a mosquito in here last night. That motherfucker's still alive. It's like a surveillance camera. Shit, crazy. But yeah, bro. Um, I guess that's it for now. I would have stayed on live a little bit longer. Maybe I'll go live later. But yeah, we're just gonna keep this thing up. This is what day 47 of my current streak of retaining my energy. Again, I was struggling. I was struggling, bro. It was hard, bro. Like, you can have all this knowledge, but, you know, sometimes if you have certain distractions and then you're used to doing something you did 2 weeks ago or used to feeling a certain type of vibration. Because again, from my experience, the subconscious mind kind of reverts back to what it the subconscious mind reverts back to what you did at least 2 weeks prior to now. So whatever you did 2 weeks ago, it's almost like a built habit. And I had to work my way into just building this habit, being in the sun, going for my walks. I wasn't recording, I wasn't making videos about it. So you get what I'm saying. I feel like um, when you just stay committed to staying on the journey, and don't even worry about like, a relapse, or don't worry about like, okay, you were simping for this chick. Be patient with yourself. Take your time. Don't. It's not the end of the world. And God will present you with the energy of resilience. So just stay focused, stay locked in. Like I said, we'll see. I probably might go live for a little bit, doing some workouts. So we'll see what's good. But other than that, it's been your boy Moody Star. Like, share, comment down below. Drop a bag on the Cash App to support the team. I'm gonna definitely see you guys on the next video and see you guys on the next live. Appreciate everybody in the building. I'm definitely see you guys later. Peace.